Hey guys, welcome back. In the last video, we discovered while we were placing the front motor mount on my wife's 2003 Element that her transmission mount was bad also. So we're going to go ahead and try to replace that today. We'll start off with showing you what you need to take out. There's some people who tell you can take out the battery and all kinds of other stuff. From my research, I think the easiest way is going to be, we're going to take out the air box. And if you look down here, you should be able to see this. We'll give you some light. Can you see that bolt right there? There's one here. There's one down here. Let's see if we can get you a little more light so you can see that. It's right there beside that hose. It's underneath there. And then there's one around on this side. You can come around this side, Lawrence. And you see the one down there? Go ahead and put your... You see it? Yeah, that one right down there. So we're going to go ahead and take those three out, and then you need to take off this clamp here, or loosen that clamp so you can get that off. And that's all you really need to do to get the airbag out, the air box out, excuse me, not the airbag. So if you have a long extension, they're all three of these are 10 millimeter. Now I did go ahead and start these and loosen them up a little bit. This already loosened. And then you just unhook that hose there, and you should be able to wiggle this up and out. There you go. You see that's those bolts. Now that we got it out, we'll go ahead and take off that rubber housing. Now right here you can see the motor mount.
Let me come around.
So all we used was a 10 millimeter with a long extension. It happened to be our bolt here is 8 millimeters, so I just used a little extension with that, almost like a screwdriver. And then if you look down in here, you see the motor mount here. Ours is trash, so we're going to be removing that bolt there. Here, I don't know if I can get my hand in there to show you.
I can see it.
We'll remove this one. There's one down there. There's another one down here on the other side. And then we're probably going to have to take out the ones on the actual motor mount itself here. I think there's one more. And maybe here, the one with the battery ground. But because they say you can't get this bolt out here because of the battery tray, but I don't want to take out the whole battery tray. So we're going to try it. And then if not, then we'll take out all of them. Go ahead and get started on that.
Okay. Hold on.
They say they're 17 millimeter, but that feels a little big.
I don't even know if I can see it.
Okay, that is good. Ooh. I might have to use the 3/8 drive. Can't seem to get the half down in there. Can you hand me that? Fell all the way through.
This for a minute.
You want to give me my 17 millimeter?
Go ahead.
All right, guys. As you can see, this motor mount was shot, or transmission mount. Got all 6 of the bolts out. Now we're gonna try to see if we can get this off of here. Might have to go put it in the vise out back. Probably gonna have to. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get that to turn. I'm not sitting here with nothing to hold it. Okay.
Okay guys, so we decided to go ahead and bring the motor mount and the bracket that goes with it up here. I threw it in the vise real quick, and I just put my 1/2-inch breaker bar with a 17 millimeter socket on it, and I already broke it loose. So now all we have to do is bring it out, and it goes all the way through from here all the way over to the other side here. So and we'll be back with you guys here in just a minute. Go ahead.
All right, guys. What I had to do was I had to take, this is the new weight that comes on the mount. I had to actually take this one off and put the old one on. And the reason being is on the bottom half here where they did it, as you see, the screw will go in a long way before it ever catches a tooth. So it's actually kind of stripped out, and it came that way from Amazon. I got the part number, but I don't have time to send it back. This one worked perfect. I just put the old one on from the old one, but put the new bolts in. It lines up perfectly. And as you can see, that motor mount was trashed. It was definitely done. You can see here, you see the shininess here. That's where it was rattling and making noise on the car. So once we get this in, we'll hook this back up, and then we'll go ahead down to the car and get it remounted, and we should be good to go.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys back down at the car.
All right, guys, you do want to make sure one thing when you put the new motor, the new transmission mount in, make sure these ear tabs are actually facing so that they're lined up with these arms. When mine came, they actually had them flipped upside down so they were facing backwards. But all it is there's a little groove there. Just make sure it's lined up the right way and lined up with these. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get this back in the car and start reassembling everything.
Just to let you guys know, there's not really a great way to film this right now.
No, there's not. And we did not tighten up the actual bolt going to the middle yet, and that was intentional because we didn't want to make it too tight so that we had no flex to get out of the bolts lined up. All right, come on. No way to get big arms in there either.
Okay guys, I got a better angle real quick now just so we can show you kind of what it was like even when we took it off. So we had to remove a bolt from up here, had to remove a bolt from down here, bolt from right here, one from right over here. It was actually a nut there. And then there's one back behind here. Can't really, you can see there's one right there. And then there's one you can see back there, the hole down there. So there's a total of, what, 6?
Yes. And we do have a jack
bolts,
with a block of wood holding up the transmission. And we'll probably have to jack it up here in a few minutes to get it all lined up.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get all those bolts put back in, and we'll come back with you guys when we get that finished.
All right, guys. Discovered once I got all these out, I took them out, that actually down on the frame inside, they have little stays to keep the bolts in. So I guess when you go to put it back in, it'll make it easier. So we're going to go ahead and put them back on. As you see, I ended up with a Band-Aid again. The old man always seems to get hurt.
So this is for the air box, guys. I'm gonna go over here real quick and show you that we got the new mount in completely. We got all of the bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in there, and 6 all put in and everything tightened up. And then we're gonna go ahead and put in the air box, and it's gonna be mounted there, I believe over here and back here. So we'll show you guys as we do that.
And we also hooked, as I told you, down here on this one bolt, there's actually going to be 2 nuts on that. One is to hold the negative battery cable. As you see, it goes down and connects right in here. Whoop, my hand's in the way. Right here. So make sure you get that one back on. And then there's going to be a second one that actually holds the bracket to the transmission. So let's see if we can enable this back down in here. Come on, baby. Might help if I knew what I was doing. Go. All right, we'll get that back on in just a minute. Grab the wrong one. There's the 10. Doesn't work when you try to use an 8 on a 10. There we go.
And like I said before, guys, it's really hard to try to actually film down in there when you're working in there as well. That's why it's easier to show you guys what we're gonna do and then do it. You know, the one bolt right in there. Now he's working on the other side.
I'm having trouble getting it lined up. Maybe if I can get this one started, I'll line up the other one.
So we're gonna go ahead and get those in, guys, and we'll be back with you here in just a couple moments, okay? So we got all 3 of the little bolts that go on the air box tightened up down around it. Now we're just reattaching the large air hose with the hose clamp right here.
And just make sure everything's hooked all back in. Well, it should be good to go.
So it was the one down in there, and then the 2 on this side, one right there, behind that loom, and then the one right there. And then when we went ahead and reattached this, tightened the hose clamp, and popped this back on right here. So, as you can see, guys, we are completely finished. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a comment down below, like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.